Hello, this is Pigsy doing another video. I was going to touch upon different frequencies of energy to do with vocalization. So it's like a sound yoga. Basically, if you know about your language, which we all have something, that there's vowels. Now, for the English language, A, E, I, O, U. They are like magic keys, I guess, in language. So, also it has heartbeats and all sorts of things. So it has a spiritual quality to it. And with the practice of frequency techniques, so I mean, most people talk flatly, like, you know, it's sort of like, how are you? They won't go, how are you? They're not going to sing them necessarily. A bit like Allah. You say Allah, but it's actually Allah. There's Allah, and it will relate to your chakra system as well. The R is up here. So when you go achu, when people sneeze, they're activating a lot of different chakras through their body. So ha. See, the ha's in the H part of it's in the heart. Ha. So O is more down into the stomach. That's further down into your kidneys. So you got that part of it. There's also the coupling of different sound frequencies as well. So, like you got sh, 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 sh. So that achu. There's you get like carrier waves, and then you get the main sort of package of energy in it. So you'd be releasing a strike, but you've actually and you've released energy from another point in your body. So you charge one, and then you blast it out another. There's also defensive energy, heat, and it's different usage. You obviously don't want to let out too much energy. Basically, in a sort of martial situation, you'd be. I mean, that deals with like pain, because there's a contraction internally, and it goes back to your organs and your sternum and stuff like that. So it's worth playing around with sounds. There's other things as well, like with syllables and structures within syllables, because they are like packages of energy, information, and so on. So man, on. there's hidden sounds within that. Got some other levels coming on board inside me, but yeah, that's right. It's the secret side. Don't be deceived by my sweet nature. Yeah, basically. So, and I mean, especially if you do things like Aikido, any sort of Japanese lineage, then you would understand that the use of sound frequencies in basically in within your spirituality. So like people say, you've got a nice voice, because I know how to play with the tones and create different vibes. You know, if you want to be firm with someone, you do loud and slow. You will not do that. Rather than you will not do that, because it's like a weapon, assaulted a weapon with different type frequencies in there. So I did watch. There was, I think it's Taoist Garden, and they use a type of like I say, sound yoga, and within each of our language, I say we've got this encoded system of frequencies related to language and sound. Some words have stronger spiritual, esoteric meanings to them, like Buddha. I mentioned Allah. Oh, see, maybe the A as the pairing of it is actually different to what it is than it actually comes across, and so Buddha, Buddha, hard the heart, bud from the mind to the heart. Allah, Allah, Allah. So mind, voice, heart, mind. So it's kind of paying your respects with my mind and my voice and my heart. I give to you. It's these kind of esoteric meanings hidden within words. Vishnu, you know, you can you can play around. I mean, you'll see. The thing is with sound is that you don't have to make really, really loud about it. I was doing some sounds in my flat because you know humming and vibration is good for your organs, good for your chest. It's good for your vocal cords. I mean, you're exercising yourself internally, so there's internal benefits. Otherwise, you know, a lot of people ignore the functions. I mean, your voice is a bit of advanced technology because basically there isn't really. Well, there are birds. They've got brilliant vocalizations. You won't have the same kind of ones in the animal kingdom, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not high tech. I mean, but like a creature like a dolphin is an advanced species in its own. Is a creation from something even more advanced. So it's probably a life form that's aquatic by nature. So that would be quite an unusual to have an engagement with something that basically has to be in water. There's this assumption that Earth is the only water world in the universe. I don't actually think that's true at all. There's plenty of water-type planets out of there. So I've touched upon some of the hidden secrets that I've learned. There's nothing I don't share that I don't believe in. There is a lot of, touching on something else, a lot of New Age gobbledygook. So you'll get basically people claim to be channelers. Now, not the gifts of the soul and the spirit. Okay, you can create your own type of reality. So you may believe in something that you've created in your own mind. Now, not to say it's completely fictional, it's just that you've created something that's a manifestation of some of your consciousness combined with, you know, the infinite workings of the universe, which probably sounds a little bonkers for some people, but like an imaginary friend. I mean, sometimes they are a real entity or identity there, or you've supplemented a part of yourself, or maybe you're in tune with some, because we're multidimensional, you're in tune with a part of yourself. A bit like I demonstrated with the tonal, that I would sound a lot different in a more pugilistic situation. I mean, yeah, I'm peace-loving, but potentially there would be a layer that people might be surprised, because when I'm very, very angry, I'm somebody different. And I'm capable of a lot of destruction, which is why I choose a peaceful path. because that makes sense. But I had to also study that side of things so you can defend yourself. If you're powerful and not using it, people will weaken you just to make themselves look more powerful. That's why I would advise all people should learn some martial arts, because it will bring them more in sync with the way they should be, rather than the way they believe they are. And there's different paradigms to Qigong and different things like that. So coming back to New Age, some misconceptions. There are people out there encouraging people down a path, like it's all about peace and love, and great. Well, what happened is that we had this during the 60s and periods like that, and then what happened is it got hijacked, and people started dumping drugs and stuff into it, and redirecting people down another line, and then basically it was like a spiritual cancer rather than anything so great. It's not all bad. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit there, but there are people that would manipulate people. I'm going to talk to Angel Michael. Great, but did you know you're an actual angel? You've got this super powerful body. You're physical, right? You're claiming that there's entities out there that are in your consciousness, but you haven't physically met them. So even though they might be in a higher frequency, yes, they might be more powerful than you, but in this dimension they're not, because otherwise you'd be seeing them. They'll turn up and they'll be right in front of you, and you think, blimey, My understanding of entities is that they can also fall into categories, and you get dense forms, you get low density, and you've got no density. And then you've got different dimensions, and then you've got entities that associate themselves with certain elements. That's into one area. It's like their geometrics of their being, is that they can tie in and relate to elements. We've got... Now, this is, depending on which culture, here we go. You've got fire, air and water. We know you've got electricity in your body. You have different elements and different dimensions, like the range of emotions. So there's a different type of alchemy, emotional alchemy. If you can control your emotions, switch them on, switch them off at will, you might feel like, they would like to cry. If they can actually do that, they can get things out of their system. But then that way they can, rather than be emotionally managed by the body, because you don't want to be sort of going off, booing your heart out, or spite and feelings. You just deal with that. Bring yourself back into some sort of balance, and so that's one thing. Actors are brilliant at it. They actually understand that part of it, and that's an art in itself. So your physical elements, things that your body will need. There's stuff that probably wasn't fully understood in the past, like you've got metal in your body. Touching upon astrobiology, is that you have a chunk of an aquatic type of primitive human from the past, and round and round we go. And basically, the human species has salty tears, it has salty sweat, it has low density bones, it has quick muscle tissue response. We have a weaker eyesight. That would be an aquatic feature, but we also have better range skills, able to lock onto things differently. Other animals do have that, like birds. They go tunnel vision, and they see everything else around them, but they blur into the focus. Certain reptilians have features like that. I think crocodiles see in black and white. Because I kind of did a past life thing, and the eyes adapt, and as they slit their focus, that their their band frequency changes and their eyesight. So, which is why they have excellent night vision and stuff like that. So yeah, there's different spectrums of colours related to the eyes. I mentioned before some of my other videos about sort of sun gaze and solar gazing. You can do that in bites. You don't have to, or chunks or shots, whatever you want to call them. You can do the 15-minute slots just to check your eyes are okay. You haven't sort of overdone it. I mean, with sounds, you can play around with sounds. Listen to the frequencies of the planet. Things like different sounds are quite useful as well. Listen to animals, nature. You would have a hertz frequency on anything you listen to, like monitors, that will sort of restrict the level. Like the vibratory frequency will be the same. So yeah, that'd be quite an interesting development. So yeah, I mean, you can play around with these things. So that's Pigsy signing off, because I think the dog's telling me shut up. In dog language, but that's good. All right then, see you soon, bye.